In this tutorial video, I'm going to cover using page 0007. I've just logged in, I'm on the news feed, and now I'm going to go to the members area. You don't have to set 0007 as your primary capture page in order to set it up, but let's go ahead and take that step. We're going to go to capture pages, scroll down to 0007, and click on Make Primary Page. Once we have that page as our primary, I want to go over with you how to edit a number of the variables that you have access to on this page. There's two parts to this. First, we have values under the personal information that you need to fill out. So we'll go to personal information, and you're going to scroll down until you come to capture page 0007. From here, you'll leave this field empty and you'll start to fill in these different spaces. If you don't fill them in, then it just uses the default page that has been created for you. But if you'd like to change anything, this is where you'll be doing that. The company link is your iClubBiz affiliate link, and you have different links depending which page you want to send them to of your company website. Then we have what's called the background image, and let's just look at some of these names: frame color, headline text, headline color, headline size, and so forth. And you'll see too that these question marks here contain a bit of information about that field and the information that goes on there and what it will affect. But to make this make better sense, let's go ahead and take a look at capture page 0007. I'm going to go and I'm going to actually click right on it and open it in a new tab. Here's our capture page, and there's a number of elements here. You have this background, which in this case happens to be the ocean. You have this text, which is the headline. You have this white transparent box that goes around all of the written text here on the page. You have the video. You have this marquee. You have this text here underneath the video, the call to action, the form, the button, and then this box here. Comes down and you have some social icons and then some credits and legalities. So these are the different parts of a capture page, and when you look at it and know those labels, and you may have to watch this again, but what you'll do then is go to your personal information, scroll down to 0007, and you begin to see here capture page background image. Well, that's the image that we see here is the beach, but how do we change that? What we'll want to do is go to the resource section. So if you notice, I have tabs that I'm leaving opened here, and the way you do that is you'll right click on a link and use open link in new tab. The reason I do this is you'll be able to swap between the pages more readily. So now let's go ahead and go to the resource section, which is on your dashboard down to the right hand lower corner. And in the resource section, you'll scroll down to a section called Page Design. In this section, there's a list of videos that you can use on your capture pages, hex colors, which you'll see used, background images, background image websites, transparent colors, buttons, and social icons. We're going to go ahead and go directly to background images because that's what we're looking at. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Once this page opens up, what you'll see is a number of categories that we have pictures in. We now have over 400 or 500 images here that you can choose from, whether you want to select a car, whether you want to use something of a landscape nature, appeal to people that want to live on the beach, something abstract. Then we have maps and more, from flowers, babies, technology, opportunity, holidays, countries, houses, real estate, working from home, precious metals, families, debt, and then some miscellaneous images. And we're open to you giving us images to put here for you so you can make that your site. But in this example, let's say that I'm going to do a debt elimination company and I'm going to do affiliate marketing for it. So in my background, I want to go ahead and show this picture of the man cutting up his credit cards. So what I'll do is I'll take this value 08009 and I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Now I'm going to go back to my personal information, go to the background image, paste that value in this field, and let's go ahead and click Save Changes. We must always click on Save Changes. That appends the new information to the database. Okay, so now we're going to come back to the capture page and we're going to go ahead and refresh this page, and we will see that now we have a different background image. It begins to make sense then that the information that you enter into these form fields will determine the way that your capture page looks. So now we have frame color. Well, in this case, the frame is this white box. But let's go ahead now and change the color of that. So we have frame color. And what we need to do here, we see, is go to the resource pages again. And what we do for the frame color is go to transparent colors. And what you'll see here is a large number of colors at different levels of transparency. These are not actually shades of gray, but it's black with a transparency applied to it. And you'll see that all of the colors are here. For fun, let's go ahead and say we take a yellow 50. That's yellow 50%. And let's go now to our 007 frame color. We'll paste the value in. We'll click Save Changes. We'll go to our capture page and then we'll click the refresh button. And you see now you have a yellow transparent box. You'll also be able to edit the verbiage that shows on the headline. So let's just say this is the top, and if we click Save Changes, and then we will update or refresh our browser, you see that we get the text to change there at the top. Now if we want to use a different color font there, again we're going into our personal information. We're going to use our headline color, but for this we actually need a hex code. Now what that means is it's simply a 6-character alphanumerical code that we're using in our coding to do this. And you'll see here multiple colors, anything from your yellows to your reds, etc. And so what we're going to do is, let's just say we want to use this shade of a bluish green. We're going to take this 6 characters, we're going to go ahead and copy that, and we're going to put it in here. Okay. Now we also have a headline size, and by default this is 36 points. But if we want to make it bigger, say we want to just put in 44. You're familiar with changing the YouTube ID code. Just go to YouTube and get the characters. So if we go to YouTube here and say we want to play this video, we'll go ahead and get the video playing, and then we will take these characters here after the V equals. We'll copy those, we'll go back to our personal info, and we'll simply paste it right in that field. Then we also have the marquee color. Now that is the background color to this bar here. So let's say we want to be very drastic, and we'll go ahead and get another hexadecimal code, but let's make it very obvious that we did something. So we'll take this right here, which is essentially the pure web red, and we're going to copy that, we're going to put that in. Then you have your text color here on the marquee. So we're going to get a really ugly page, but it's going to be obvious that we made these edits. We'll copy that, put it in here. Now this is where you can actually change the bullets that will show on the marquee. I believe currently we don't have bullets loaded in right now, but they will be here in page design, and you'll be able to take that, and it'll be the same scenario where you just take the value that is underneath the bullet and you'll paste it into that field. And we're going to make some things where you can choose stars, different color stars, maybe some hearts, just some different little icons that may be more relevant to the overall theme of the page that you're doing. But by default this will show some stars. Then we have our sub headline, which is the text here, and so you can change that text. And oops, wrong field. So you can change the text here in the sub headline. We'll just put something in like that. Then you can change the color of that. So let's go ahead and just use a color that we know. Then you have the form color. Now this is slightly different. It's not using a hexadecimal code. This is the form, and you see that we get a transparency. So here what we've chosen to do is to use these colors here. And so let's go ahead and take, say, a green 70, and we'll go ahead and put that in there. See, if we use strictly hexadecimal, it's not going to have a transparency to it. And in these two instances, we wanted to go ahead and use that. Then you have your call to action, which would be simply fill out this form, simply enter your name, email, and phone to get more details. You can make that call to action whatever you would like it to say. Then you have your text color, which again is using a hexadecimal code. Then you have the form button, and we have been loading in some buttons. There'll be more to come, but if you go to buttons here and you'll see a selection of them, then you'll just go ahead and take the 5-digit code underneath the button and you'll copy that and make sure you put it in place. Then the social statement, which is here, in our case it says spread the love and share this page. Again, you can make that say anything you would like. Then the social icon set, where what we've done is we've put similar icons together within a series, and so you can choose from any of these, and all you do is enter in the 3-digit code, and that is going to also change the social icons at the top of the page as well. Now you'll see here, once we switch over to LP, that is the landing page. So the social icon finishes up the capture page, and then you go on down through all of these, and it's really the same, except you have your Facebook page if you want to put in an entire Facebook URL. So that would look something like this. And if you have your name, perhaps that would be your Facebook page, and then you'd have your Twitter feed, which again is the entire URL, and your YouTube channel. This offers you the ability to connect more with people and relate on a social platform. A lot of people in today's marketplace, they are going to people's Facebook page. They're looking to see what you post, what you're into, if there's somebody that they'd want to work with. I know that if I went to someone's Facebook page and it was all content that I felt was shady or borderline immoral, I'm not going to look to work in business with that person, most likely. So then you come down, and again it's all of the same information, and then it ends on the social statement color. We've already chosen our social icons, and that just populates both pages. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and go down and we'll save the changes, and then we'll do a refresh and see just how ugly we've made our page. So we'll refresh, and you see that what we've done is this is the top, and we changed the text color there. We put in the video. We put this background to red. We had put a color on our text, the subheadline, this green box, and we changed the button. Now, if you wanted to change even more than this, you do have access to the actual HTML source. Would be to edit the capture page, which you can use either this button below, or you go to capture pages down to 07 and click edit page settings. This is similar to page 0006 in that you do have the ability to go in and click here on the HTML, and you're going to see all of the source code. So here we've done our best to label the different sections. Here's the headline, and if you wanted to say make the font different, or you wanted to just edit the font size, then you can go ahead and edit it here if you wanted a different font family. Now keep in mind, this is technical. If you make a mistake, that's not a problem, because what you can do is you can come back and reload the original page, and so what that will do then is just clear anything that you changed, and it'll come back to the normal page. What I might add at this point, instead of getting to the point where you have to reload the original and lose any customization you've done, before you begin to work, you should click this make a backup. And what that does essentially is it gives you a backup of the code on the server. And it's a great practice that you would actually make a backup, say every 5 or 10 minutes, because that will give you the changes up to that point. So if at a certain point you make a mistake, you'll be able to go back to the backup that is most recent. Okay, so you can, again, you can just click and keep making backups. With that amount of information, you'll be able to edit your page, put the right images in place, make a backup, and in a future video we'll go over some of the more advanced settings.